No, I won't stand for it. They can't just be leaving their victims around half drunk. No, not drunk like alcohol drunk. They're half drinking their victims and then leaving them about. They at least should finish them and then clean up after themselves. It's not hygienic. We'll make sure they do. Vampires.
Another deep cavern bat. They're going to get our dominating vampire, unfortunately. Depending on how they attack here, though, we may just sack the harvester and get the dominating vampire back. No. We will play a harvester, sack a harvester, snatch this, play a mountain, play a vampire, steal their Gix, and get in there. How do you like that, opponent? Yeah. Do you like smashing people's face in, but you just don't want to play the same old aggro decks everybody else is playing? I mean, everybody's playing mono red, everybody's playing humans. It's boring. You're playing the same things all the time. It's like all those mirror matches, but you still want to smash face. Well, I've got the deck for you. We're playing a mostly Rakdos vampires list, splashing just a little bit of white for Bartolome del Presidio. We've really only got a couple of Caves of Coelios and caverns and secluded courtyard to cast those. But it's very powerful to be able to sacrifice all of the various blood tokens that we make to be able to grow him. Sometimes we can just make him really big and slap some counters on him with Voldaren Thrillseeker and just win out of nowhere with a really big Bartolome. Playing our typical 1-drops, I chose to just go with the red 1-drops, Falconwrath, Pit Fighter, and Voldaren Epicure because I felt like those were the strongest. I did consider playing the 1/1 lifelink just to have some extra lifelink against mono red, but in my testing it didn't perform as well as I'd like. So I went ahead with these two. Voldaren Epicure, obviously very good because it deals damage and makes a blood token, and the damage can help with Vampire Socialite. Vampire Socialite is a very, very strong 2-drop. A lot of times people think that they should wait to play the Vampire Socialite until they have vampires on the board, but I actually prefer to play the Vampire Socialite first because it has Menace. So especially if you're on the play, a lot of the times they will not have enough creatures to block it. You get in there with the Vampire Socialite, and then you can follow it up with a couple of 1-drops or Blood Tithe Harvester or something like that. We've also got one copy of Ran, Executioner Thane in the deck, just to give us a way to get a little bit of extra reach, a little bit of extra life gain, especially with Bartolome in the deck. We can sacrifice our little vampires here and there to get that life gain, life drain ability. Speaking of life gain and life drain, we've also got 2 copies of Anje, Maid of Dishonor. I just recently added her to the deck, and I'm really liking her ability to sacrifice blood tokens to drain the opponent. She's also a very good blocker. We've also got 2 copies of Bloodletter of Alcazatz in the deck. I'm not running the full 4 on this, just because I think having Anj in the deck is quite useful, and I don't want to overcharge the deck with 4-drops because it is a very low to the ground, very aggressive deck, and we're trying to kill the opponent before turn 5, when Sunfall comes in and ruins our day. 2 copies of Dominating Vampire. I've considered increasing this to 3, but I think 2 is probably a good place to be, as we don't want too many of this effect. But Dominating Vampire can just absolutely steal a game out of nowhere. We've got a lot of cheap vampires, so most of the time we can steal a 3 or a 4-drop. Sometimes stealing big dinosaurs, with the 3 mana 6/6, we can just snatch that right on turn 3. And possibly kill the opponent right there. So a lot of good combos there. Obviously, we've got Blood Tithe Harvesters, great 3/2 removal, makes blood tokens, and then Markov Baron, which is obviously our Vampire Lord, but he is very, very versatile. Being able to convoke him is very powerful. Also, having Madness, we can sacrifice a blood token and discard him and convoke him into play, or if we have the mana, just play him with regular mana and pump our team at instant speed, which is fantastic, and it can really blow some games out for our opponents. And also, just to deal with all these pesky humans decks and mono red decks, 3 copies of Vampire's Vengeance because it's a one-sided board wipe, and it's also instant speed, which is fantastic. It really allows us to play on our terms, and we can kind of let our opponent overextend into a little bit and cast it on their turn, as you'll see in some of the games that we play. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into some games, and I will see you at the end in the post-game wrap-up. All right. Junpei. Let's go, Junpei. Get back out of these percentage mythic. Been playing too much jank lately. See if we can crush our way back into numbered mythic here. Mono red for the opponent. Unfortunately, we do not draw the 2-drop. Pass turn. Coffiny Scamp for the opponent. And a Swift Spear. Play Haunted Ridge. Get in there with the Pit Fighter. Alright, let's see if we can time this Vampire's Vengeance just right to get rid of all this nonsense. Opponent plays a Phoenix Chick. And another Swift Spear. And another Swift Spear. Oh, this is gonna hurt. We'll let them go to combat first. Owie. We lose our Pit Fighter, but I mean, come on. That's brutal. Play a Springs. Play Epicure. Play Baron. Brutal. And here's Warcrafting on the Baron. It's unfortunate. They get a mountain. Play the mountain. We'll play Harvester. Go ahead and duress, see if they have. They do have a Twisted Field too. Let's get that out of here. Alright, and this Bloodletter of Alkalots should be helpful. Opponent seems to find removal for Harvester. Another Warcrafting. Another mountain. Well, at least that means they're probably not going to find another Warcrafting. Now they're just going to scoop it up. Brutal. Knock knock, opponent. Mustache Tsunami. That sounds terrifying. Can you imagine a tsunami of mustache hair coming at you? You get to go first. Looking like it's a socialite party. I like socialites. Cavern on Vampire. Let's see what the opponent's playing. Let me in, opponent. I have to be invited. Oh boy. Shuffler is not broken at all. Shuffler's good. And the good news is these vampire socialites are going to get really big really fast, so we'll see what our opponent's on. Something not fast enough. Make them 3/3s. Please don't play a red source in Brotherhood's End. Don't get us. Don't get us with the gotcha. That is not a. It's not a untapped red source. See if they fetch a mountain. See if that's the kind of deck they're playing. They do fetch a mountain, so they probably have a Brotherhood's End. And they have a Get Lost for one of these socialites. They do not. Poison Dart Frog. We will play a Sulphurous Springs. We will get in there with our socialites. We will play another socialite. Take them all 4/4s. Now we gotta dodge burn down the house. Don't burn down our house. We just want to party. Are they gonna burn it down? Nope. Botanical Brawler. Explorer's Cache. It's a big Botanical Brawler, but unfortunately It cannot block menace creatures. Sorry, opponent, we just casually drew all our vampire socialites, and that'll be it. Turns out drawing all 4 socialites is good enough. Alright, Splark deck. This is a reasonable hand. Opponent's going first though. Opponent mulligan. Forest. Gingerbrute. Another artifact list. Play Cliffs. Boldarin Epicure. Select food list. Or is this the green-blue version? Tap land for the opponent. Green-red version of it. Aggro. Oh. Opponent had something there. We'll go ahead and play a Blood Tithe Harvester. Make a blood token. In there for 1. Smash! May end up just playing one of these dominating vampires and giving it haste. Depending on what our opponent does here. Another Gingerbrute. No blocks. Courtyard. Go ahead and play a vampire. We'll give our vampire haste. Yep. Hidden mode on dominating vampire. Give it haste when you got 3 vampires. Torch the tower. Witch Doctor Frenzy. Okay. Opponent's got the Witch Doctor Frenzy. See what the opponent does here. Tough cookie. That's 1 tough cookie. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Alright, Cavern of Souls, Vampire. Play Falcon Wrath, Pit Fighter. We will discard Markov Baron. Cast at first Madness cost. Invoking with the Summoning 6 Pit Fighter. Auto pay. Gotta be careful with these Convoke triggers. Sometimes they want to pay with the wrong creatures. See if the opponent wants to create a cookie. They don't. This dominating vampire should seal the deal here. Whatever they decide to do this turn. Opponent just sits back. We will play a Caves. Oh, well, they're just gonna scoop. I was gonna steal the cookie. Good game. We found a new opponent. Seller. And we go first, but this is slow. Not terrible though. Can't mulligan every time we don't have 1-drops. But I want the 1-drops. What's an aggro deck without its 1-drops? The fun thing about this deck though is it's not always an aggro deck. Sometimes it's like a weird mid-rangey control kind of list. Surprisingly shifts pretty well from aggressive to mid-range when we need to. Cliffs. See what the opponent's playing. Restless Reef. Oh boy. Probably Esper. Or the blue-black boat deck. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. The Grixis. I don't like that. Deep Cavern Bat. What do they take? They take our Bloodletter of Aclazotz. We're okay with that for right now. Play Vampire. Play Markov Baron. Get in there for 4. Haunted Ridge for the opponent. Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. Start drawing cards. We find another Bloodletter anyway. Go ahead and play it. No, we will not. See if the opponent wants to trade. They would be smart to trade. They're not going to trade. Go down to 8. They must have removal. Greedy Freebooter. It's a blocker. Another Deep Cavern Bat. They're going to get our Dominating Vampire, unfortunately. Depending on how they attack here, though, we may just sack the Harvester and get the Dominating Vampire back. No. We will play a Harvester. Sack a Harvester. Snatch this. Play a Mountain. Play a Vampire. Steal their Gix. And get in there. How do you like that, opponent? Yeah. Get out of here with that Grixis bat nonsense. We found a new opponent. Seller. And we go first, but this is slow. Not terrible though. Can't mulligan every time we don't have 1-drops. But I want the 1-drops. What's an aggro deck without its 1-drops? So the fun thing about this deck though is it's not always an aggro deck. Sometimes it's like a weird mid-rangey control kind of list. Surprisingly shifts pretty well from aggressive to mid-range when we need to. Cliffs. See what the opponent's playing. Restless Reef. Oh boy. Probably Esper. Or the blue-black boat deck. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. The Grixis. I don't like that. Deep Cavern Bat. What do they take? They take our Bloodletter of Aclazotz. We're okay with that for right now. Play Vampire. Play Markov Baron. Put in there for 4. Haunted Ridge for the opponent. Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. Start drawing cards. We find another Bloodletter anyway. Go ahead and play it. No, we will not. See if the opponent wants to trade. They would be smart to trade. They're not going to trade. Go down to 8. They must have removal. Greedy Freebooter. It's a blocker. Another Deep Cavern Bat. They're going to get our Dominating Vampire, unfortunately. Depending on how they attack here, though, we may just sack the Harvester and get the Dominating Vampire back. No. We will play a Harvester. Sack a Harvester. Snatch this. Play a Mountain. Play a Vampire. Steal their Gix. And get in there. How do you like that, opponent? Yeah. Get out of here with that Grixis bat nonsense. Booty Demon. That's a name. We get to go first, but this is not fast. We'll try it. Turn 1 duress. See if we get punished. Nope. Get Jace out of here. Play Courtyard on Vampire, get down our first Harvester. I'm just gonna have to race him. Play another Harvester. Get in there for 3. And probably cycle one of these caves. Try to find something better than the land. Yep. Cycle this. Socialite's good. Baron's good too. I actually don't know what the better play is here. I guess it's Baron. In there for 8. Opponent needs a board wipe this turn. Got 3 unknowns in hand, and they need to populate specifically. The populate doesn't necessarily mean the game is over for us because we get to draw a card and this Thrill Seeker could. Yep, that'll be it. Every once in a while we get lucky and are fast enough to beat a control deck. Alright. See what we got going on here. We've fallen quite a bit in Mythic, playing too much jank. So we're gonna see if we can't smash our way back to the top with some vampires here. Fiend's Tower. Play Cliffs. It's looking like Esper. Play Cavern of Souls here on Vampire. And I'm gonna go ahead and play a Socialite. If they have removal, I'd rather them use it on this. Yeah, okay. Opponent has Realm Breaker, so it looks like we're playing Control. So we'll go ahead and play a Falconwrath Pit Fighter, Bloodtide Harvester. We're just gonna have to race them. Hope that we can. Path of Barrel. Board wipe central over here. Alright, we draw another land. Play another Bloodtithe Harvester. Opponent's gonna mill us. Probably take our Black Cleave Cliffs. Yep. Swamp. They got a Revelry. Honestly, I'm tempted to just Vampire's Vengeance them away. But I think what I'm going to do here is... Actually, no, let's go ahead and attack. See if we can get them to double block. They do. We will sacrifice Blood Token, discard Markov Baron. Convoke it out. Or not Convoke Madness, sorry. Sneaky sneak. And as much as I don't want to overextend into more board wipes, we really don't have a whole lot of choice. Our only option is to smash and hope that they just don't have it. One has to go for the throat for the Baron. Sunlit Marsh. Probably gonna mill us again. Because why not? When it gets a ridge off us, we will play a Falconwrath Pit Fighter. Get in there like this. See what the opponent has. Thorin the Mirthless. Hopefully they just draw. No, they're gonna make a dude. We're gonna go ahead and discard this Vampire's Vengeance because it is not looking very useful at this point. Cavern of Souls is also not very useful. Play an Epicure. Play a Thrill Seeker. Put the counters on the Epicure. Sacrifice the Epicure, kill the vampire token. Kill the Sorin. You know what? Really need to make sure the Sorin dies, just in case that last card is removal. Can't afford to be giving them card advantage. I'm gonna hold this so that I can potentially discard the blood token for something next turn. Opponent mills us. Nebraska. Well, they can turn something into a treasure. So they're gonna draw though. We're fine with that. And for the opponent, that is a good draw. Here is hoping that they don't have an answer. One card left. Is it removal? It's not. Got there. Through all the board wipes. And all the removal. Are you ready? Jorge DM? George DM? Jorgadum? Opponent's going first. Don't know if I want to keep this because I cannot cast Bartolome. We're gonna mulligan. This is not better. Mulligan again. This is... Ugh. We'll put back Sponge. And Duress. This is probably not going to go well. We'll see. We really only need 3 lands to win the game, so we could just draw very, very good spells the rest of the game. It's soldiers. Epicure. They get stonewalled by this Dennick. They do not play the Dennick. Well, that's good. That means that they're going to play a reinforcements here most likely. So we will not be silly and attack into that. Hopefully we draw a red source for this Vampire's Vengeance. No sense in swinging in. Yep, there's the reinforcements. Reinforcements have arrived. That bring back some old school Command and Conquer vibes. Coppercoat Vanguard for the opponent. Boy, I would really love... I'm about to discard this Epic here looking for a red. Actually, let's discard the caves. No, that's something we can cast next turn. We really want to find a red source. That's a red source. Now I'm tempted to let them overextend into it because with our mulligan, I think that might be the only way we can win. I think I'm gonna do it on their turn. There's a chance they have a counter spell here, but I mean, if they just attack. Unfortunately, the Vampire's Vengeance doesn't kill the Dennick. Just trying to find a way to take out as much of their stuff in one shot as possible. Our opponent is definitely very ahead on cards. Opponent's just going to attack. Oh, I'm going to take it. Not going to risk them having a counterspell. Opponent plays Recruitment Officer. Let's see if they want to play the Dennick now. They do not. They're holding up a Make Disappear, I think. Which is very unfortunate. I'm gonna force them to have it. If we keep waiting, we're gonna die. Do they have the make? They have something. Maybe another reinforcements. Play your reinforcements. It'll help. They don't have a counterspell, so that's good. We find a Markov Baron, which is fantastic because we can play these two and then still convoke out the Baron. And then they have to double block one of these Epicures with their reinforcements if that's what they want to do with their turn. I don't know why it wants to tap the ones that can attack this turn. Bad auto tapper. Go ahead and get in there. Opponent's not going to play reinforcements. What did they have? There was a stick for something. Opponent has a Denic. Let's go ahead and discard this. Look for something better to play. Not terrible. More damage. Sky Strike Officer for the opponent. Ooh, we need to draw something good. That is not something good. That is also not something good. They're going to start outpacing us here soon. Bartolome is not terrible, but I think we got to dig for something better. Another Baron. Lets us get through. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Opponent wants to block. They're welcome to. We did it, boys. Just keep digging, just keep digging, just keep digging, digging. Yeah, vamp it up. Themistocles. Opponent goes first. We do have a duress on turn one. And then decent follow-up. This is kind of like a little bit of a catch-all hand. A little bit of everything. I don't see a reason to mulligan this. Blue. Well, the rest probably get something out of their hand. Oh boy. Well, the populate's definitely got to go. Deluge isn't going to stop us from killing them, but the populate will. We gotta be fast. I don't know if we're gonna be fast enough though. Opponent has the Celestus, so they're gonna be deluging next turn. Play Haunted Ridge. We're gonna get in there with our Socialite. Play another Socialite. Gives us the most potential damage next turn. This is I want to get the counters on this, but I think getting the damage, extra damage in now is more important. Opponent does have an Emperor, unfortunately. It's not the end of the world though. Emperor means that they are not casting board wipes. I go ahead and play Bartolome. Probably should have done that post-combat, actually. Opponent's definitely going to deluge this turn, most likely. Definitely made a mistake playing the Bartolome first. I'm stressed out. Stressed out by this control player. Well, they only get to look at 4, so it's not impossible they don't find a board wipe. They don't have double... Well, no, they do have double wipe because it's Celestis. They find a Sunfall. Well, we will sacrifice all our stuff to make their Sunfall token less awesome. I don't know if we can recover from that, though, unfortunately. Not when they have more deluges. We're going to go ahead and Vampire's Vengeance to get a blood token here. And I'm glad we did that because we drew more lands. Oh, well, Darren Thrill Seeker's not terrible. Does stuff, kind of. At least pings them in the face for 3 if they decide to board wipe again. It's going to pass the turn. Mark off Baron. Now we can ping them in the face with 4. Opponent's touching the token, so they're going to power that up. We'll block with that, that's fine. Opponent is going to get the deluge here again, though, and look for another board wipe. In case of emergency, I pray to Jesus that they do not find another board wipe. They did think about that for a couple seconds. Usually when they find what they want, they pick really fast. They found it to populate. So we'll ping them in the face for 4. And we will just keep plugging along. I'm thinking about activating this Celestis. Blood Tithe Harvester. Give us a blood token to cycle away any lands we draw. Opponent's gonna demolition field something. We've only got the 1 basic in the deck, unfortunately. Opponent's gonna deluge again. All the memory deluges. I have to admit, we're putting up quite a fight given what we've been through so far. Takanuma. I cannot Takanuma and get back a Thrill Seeker, unfortunately. Opponent has a Restless Anchorage that they could just power up and block this Harvester, unfortunately. Alright, let's go ahead and cycle this Takanuma. Come on, something good. That's a Thrill Seeker. Opponent's gonna gain a lot of life and draw a card. That sucks. Opponent's gonna gain a lot more life and draw another card. Very fair. Damn it if we didn't try. And to populate. We got to draw a card at least. And a Jace. Yeah, that's the end of this game. Can only fight so much stuff from control. Alright, Neo Eagle. Alright, Neo Eagle. We have a decent opening hand. We get to go first. Play Cavern on Vampire. considering playing a different land, not to give away that we're vampires right away. Opponent's mono red. Well, I'm going to play a socialite because if they're going to have removal, this is what I want them to remove. If they don't have removal, this is going to make our other stuff bigger later. Dominating vampire might be good. Opponent does have to play with fire. But that is 2 damage not going to our face. We still have another play with fire. So, still a pretty strong start from the opponent. Opponent keeps something on top. Never good for us. We will go ahead and play Caves of Quellos, play a Harvester. I'd rather these stick around because we can actually kill things with these. Sometimes when you're playing against mono red, you just have to be on the back foot. Well, I will absolutely just trade with this Godric here. I'll go ahead and play Anj. Anj is a pretty good blocker. I feel like if the opponent had Monstrous Rage, at least up to this point, they would have used it by now. Opponent may have Witchstalker Frenzy. But if they do, that's most of their turn. Twisted Fealty. That's not fun. A lot of damage. I'm going to go ahead and play Voldaren Epicure here. We get a blood token. Play Socialite. Hold back. They have another Twisted Fealty. At least we're not dead this way. Second Swift Spear. We can start draining. If the opponent has Monstrous Rage, that pumps up the Swift Spear by 2-3, so it becomes a 5. We're gonna block like this. The opponent has Monstrous Rage and something else. Well, Lightning Strike definitely doesn't do anything. It hurts, but they still lose one of their Swift Spears. Can activate this anytime I want, yet. So just drain them on their turn. Blank whatever they do here. One has Bloodthirsty Adversary. No mana to pay, unfortunately for them. If the opponent wants to get brave, nope. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and sacrifice Blood Token. Drain the opponent for 2. Sacrifice another Blood Token. Drain the opponent for 2 more. I think we will sacrifice another Blood Token. Drain the opponent. That'll let us have this come in with a counter on it. Make more Blood Tokens. See what that last card is. Is it a land? It is not a land, it's an adversary. Alright, so we can't go attacking yet, because if we go attacking, they do draw land, so they're going to be able to Lightning Strike here. We'll probably hit our Harvester. Oh, they're going to Twisted Fealty. Oh, that's rough. We're not dead, but that is not good. I'm going to block like this. Luckily, we get our Anj back. I'm going to play Pit Fighter. We'll just sit back and drain the opponent. Might be a game where we just kill them, draining them with blood tokens. Drain the opponent. And drain him again. Play with fire, not enough. There we go. We got there. Get out of here, mono red. Get smushed. Coffee ice cream. I like coffee ice cream. You know who doesn't like coffee ice cream though? Vampires. Vampires can't eat people food. In case you didn't know. Oh boy, okay. Opponent's going first. We can play Socialite on 2, but with them going first, it's highly unlikely that we're actually going to connect with the Socialite. So I'm going to mulligan. This is better. I'm gonna. I'll put back a courtyard. On red. Well, this is not an easy deck to beat on the draw, so we will see. Held on for the opponent. Tempted to just block it, but I don't think I will. Not the colored land we needed, unfortunately. Go ahead and get in there with the pit fighter. Play Socialite. Not impossible. They're not having a super fast start, so we may be able to race them actually. They may have to start actually using removal to slow us down. And right now they don't have any blockable, they don't have anything that can block, so we are getting in there for damage. Opponent has a Godric, but it doesn't have flying. That is a pretty good draw. Alright, so the opponent has 6 over there. They need 4. If we Vampire's Vengeance, they get to look at the top 2. I think I'm just going to get in there for 5. Play a Socialite. This gives us some potentially lethal top decks. The opponent is going to probably want to swing with everything. Now if they have 2 things to cast to give the Godric flying, probably not in good shape. It's a good start. There's a Phoenix Chick, yep, and they can pump the Godric. We're not dead, we can block the Feldon. We need a good draw here. Need a good draw. That is unfortunately not it. We're at 2. Opponent has a monstrous rage. Dang, so close. We kill the Chandra. opponent has Kumano. Yeah. That's gonna do it. Darn. Good game, opponent. Alright. Ruthenial. Let's see what you got. Opponent's going first, but this is a pretty good hand. Looks like the opponent's on Pirates. Or maybe not. Is it an artifact list? Play Voldaire and Epicure ourselves. Ours is fancy. Let's see what the opponent has here. Goblin Tomb Raider. So it is kind of like a priority list, I suppose. Opponent has a Spyglass Iron. Suited Courtyard on Vampire. Let's see if the opponent wants to block here. They will not. We will play a Socialite then. Might be able to race them. Mills a Schooner off the top. Another Epicure. No blocks. One is definitely giving us a run for our money here. So we are going to play Epicure, ping them, Socialite, grow the team, and then boom, boom. Wait, hold on. I want to make sure we do this right because the auto tapper really likes to do this the wrong way. Alright, so now we get in there for 4. We have a 4/4 lifelink to block with. Opponent finds a third land. See if they have removal for the Baron here. We've got a dominating vampire too, so the opponent has a take glyph. It's definitely strong. Ooh. Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Let me do the math here. So they've got... Yeah, they're dead because they would have to block. We've got 2 4/4 menace. That is lethal, good sir. Good game. Here we go. It's me, Mario. Awaken Chaos. We get to go first. I like going first. Keep. Play Pit Fighter on 1. Depending on what they're playing, save the duress for later. Phyrexian. Well, Skrelv can't block, so that's good. Caves of Quellos. Go attack. Socialite to grow the Pit Fighter. Whatever they play this turn, we'll probably at least be able to get in with the Socialite to play a big Harvester. Or Bartolome. Probably Harvester then. Phyrexian again. Nothing from the opponent. And we'll get in there for 5. We will play a Harvester. And I guess at this point, we might as well go ahead and duress. Make sure they don't have anything crazy going on here. Opponent does not have a single non-creature in hand. Alyssa. Alyssa's going to be an issue. If we draw a land for this Anj, though, we could just kill the Glissa with the Harvester. Well, Skrelv will take care of it. They're going to play a Processor, though. I feel like I would have played the Glissa. We do draw land. I think we go ahead and play Anj. I'm just gonna get in there. I should have played the Anj post combat. That was a mistake. Gotta get better about that. Opponent is putting on their thinking cap for some reason. Get in there. If they want to block the Harvester with the Processor, we're fine with that. Because ultimately we would have used it to kill it anyway, but the Skrelv would have protected it, so it's kind of the same deal. When in doubt, smash! And Anj can help us just drain them out once they get a Glissa on the board, because Glissa makes it pretty hard for us to attack, but we can just drain them out with the Anj once that happens. Yep, opponent blocks, goes down to 8. Makes a 3/3 incubator token. Opponent plays Glissa. And still get in with the Socialite. Actually, if we attack with everything, they're gonna block Anj, but then we just drain them before damage. Opponent could have cut down in hand. Oh no, wrong ability. If the opponent does have a cut down. They do, they're still at 1, yep. Got there. Good games. Getting back up to our numbered mythic here slowly. Alright, and we're back with a post-game wrap. So deck has a solid 57% win rate, 64 on the play, 48% on the draw. So definitely typical of most aggro decks. You know, going second is difficult. We boast a pretty impressive 62% win rate against mono red, and as you can see here, 20% of our matches with this deck against mono red. So mono red is still the scourge of the ladder, but this deck has you covered. A little bit of a low win rate against like mono white humans. They're a little bit faster than us and a little more disruptive. Obviously black decks with full of removal and control we struggle against a little bit, but we boast a pretty solid win rate against Rakdos right now, which has become a little more popular recently. Enchantments, just get them out of here with 73% win rate, and then decent win rates against most of the rest of the stuff that we've played against. But most importantly, I built this deck just because sometimes you want to be fast, sometimes you want to be aggressive, but playing a bunch of mono red mirrors and mono white humans mirrors is no fun. So this deck has a lot of fun options, fun lines, a lot of much more fun wins. Nothing feels better than Vampires Vengeancing away a humans board and stealing big dinosaurs with dominating vampire, stuff like that. So the deck can just really get there in some places that most other aggro decks can't. The deck can switch from aggro to like a mid-rangey control kind of list, especially against mono red, which is one of the reasons we have such a good win rate against them, because even if we're on the draw, we can kind of slow them down using our vampires as removal, a little bit of incidental life gain through different options we have in the deck. Started at the bottom, like 96% mythic here, as you can see in the graph. During the time that we played this, we actually had a 60% win rate, 72 matches, 72 wins, 49 losses. Very up and down, just a lot of control, a lot of black mid-range running around, ruining our fun. But we did eventually climb back up to 990 mythic, so back in the top 1,000 mythic with the deck. So it's very competitive, definitely something fun to play, and a good break from your typical aggro deck if you're looking for something fast and fun to smash people's face with. As always, if you enjoy the content, I greatly appreciate it if you take a moment to hit that like button and drop a subscription. Every single ounce of support is greatly appreciated. I'm so grateful to get to make these decks for you guys and to play them for you, and to spend time sharing my experiences with you all and helping us both learn and grow in the process. So with that, I'm Severin7. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next one.